Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. No matter the heck in the world you are, it's the one and only V, the Gorilla, coming to you live with my main man, the Algo Cowboy himself, working the airwaves, making sure the broadcast coming out crispy and clean. You know what I mean? Check us out, roguenews.com. Follow us on X, Rogue News ESW, and check out our paid sponsor, AlgoFactory.tech. AlgoFactory.tech. Trade like a hedge fund pro. Check out the free Algo giveaway. Utilize it, where we show you how you can profit from all that is to come, whether it is the tumultuous end of empire that we're on. No matter the heck if the market is up, if the market's down, or the market's going sideways, learn to profit from the storms. Join AlgoFactory.tech and learn to trade like a hedge fund pro.
Yeah, link's in the description to the Algo. Just go to the description, copy that link, you'll get the Algo.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, we are living in a thug state. Okay, we're living in a thug state. Good morning, Cowboy. I didn't say good morning to you, man.
Oh man, how you doing, bro?
Good. I'm still putting it all together. From the Maduro debacle, and there's all sorts of misinfo, disinfo. I don't know who to trust. I think Zero Hedge is reporting that the vice president has bowed the knee. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here, but it's going to be very interesting. This is going to be interesting, bro, because where do I want to start? Let me break this down, because right now, with the way the news is coming out here in the West, especially with alternative media sources who have very little international acumen, very few of them. And I'm going to get a few Venezuelan reporters on here. I'm going to reach out to them, Cowboy, and get them on. There's some sources on the ground in Venezuela that'll actually give you the play-by-play of what the heck is actually happening. The political party that Nicholas, the Sweetness, the bus driver Maduro belongs to, the political party that was created by Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez created the political party. Hold on. I got people calling me. All right, good. Let me just silence my phone. Do not disturb. The political party that Nicholas, that Hugo Chavez has created for Venezuela. I forgot the name of the party. I think it's called Pueveza or something like that. That political party has various factions. Okay. There are some other very strong personalities that wield a great deal of power in Venezuela outside of the what's her name again? The lady who's the vice president of Venezuela.
I think is it Delcy Rodriguez?
Yes, Delcy Rodriguez. Outside of Delcy Rodriguez. And they're not so keen. This could be a giant trap we're walking into. So people are celebrating, oh, look at this brilliant move by Trump. Oh my God, he paid off the key members of the military. The air defenses were either taken down or stood down, most likely stood down.
Stood down.
Yep, exactly. And they they had snitches all over in Maduro's office, where they basically ratted out his exact location. And they came and snatched him, and everything's hunky-dory. And, oh, yeah, I was in the gym this morning, and people were like, oh, yeah, look at that. Maduro got kidnapped. We're going to get the oil. And if you listen to my rant from Saturday night, you kind of get where I was coming from, right? And, folks, the last 20-some-odd years, we've been, quote-unquote, getting the oil. And it has done absolutely nothing to lower energy costs here in the United States. It has done nothing to lower food costs. It has nothing to lower the cost of living and the affordability crisis that we are in. It has done nothing. Okay, in the last 20 years. Why? And I detail all of that on Saturday's broadcast, so go back and listen to that. But there are so many factions here, folks. And look, when you take out a stabilizing force that is Maduro, right? Maduro is a stabilizing force and a fixture in Venezuelan politics. You have to understand that vacuums are not empty spaces. Okay? Power vacuums are never empty spaces. They are contested spaces. And what you are not seeing, and right now everybody's seeing the tip of the iceberg, like, look, Maduro's getting flown out. Oh my God, he's gonna. Delcy Rodriguez, Bentani, Venezuela wants good relationships with the United States. And folks, let me explain something to you. There are several factors here that are under the surface that many are not considering. There are 1.5 million FARC and ELA rebel fighters, guerrilla fighters that are waiting in the wings for U.S. troops to touch down. Folks, Venezuela can very much and very quickly turn into Narcos Season 2. You're talking about political assassinations, kidnappings of U.S. dignitaries, diplomats, bombings of key infrastructure and oil refinery sites, targeting of U.S. corporations, targeting of American personnel. This is the reality that they're stepping into. But nobody's going to tell you that. Let me explain something else to you. We don't have a track record in country building. Okay, we don't have that track record. We're a country that has trouble managing itself. We can't fix anything here, right? There's no money to fix any of the stuff here, let alone in Venezuela. And if Libya and Iraq and Syria and Afghanistan has taught us anything, we really suck at doing this kind of stuff. We're not cut out for it. And that's the whole entire thing. We're stepping into an arena that we don't know nothing about. And I'll say, and I'll tell you right now, most of these analysts that are in D.C. are the same idiots who said if we go into Iraq and we liberate the people, we'll be seen as liberators and not conquerors. No, they showed you the people show you as a bunch of dildos that don't belong there, and they rejected you. The same thing is going to happen here. Now, here's an article from our buddies at Zero Hedge, and they're talking that all is good and all is quiet on the front. Here's the other funny thing. Nicholas the Sweetness, the bus driver Maduro, is the way they charged him. Did you hear about this guy? They charged him with a 1934 gun law.
Yeah, that, and I think he might have jaywalked once or twice.
Yeah,
and he had he showed his ankles in western Arizona. Apparently, that's still a crime.
That is still a crime. That is still a crime. And I'll tell you right now, the 1934 Explosive Devices, I think it's called, Act or whatever the hell it was. It was originally set up to deal with prohibition-related gangsters like Al Capone and whatnot, to prevent them from getting submachine guns and fully automatic weapons. That's what they're charging Maduro with. And then, of course, all the narco trafficking bullshit that they have no evidence or proof for. The other problem is that they put him in New York. Why would you fly him to New York? Right?
Can I throw in there? The Southern District of New York, I think, is the only district court where you're allowed to alter the court records.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where the center of finance is, and we know who runs New York. I mean,
of course,
the center of that group is not Israel or Tel Aviv. The center of all of that is in New York. Trust me.
Yeah.
You could Israel could disappear and that whole group continues on because they're stationed in New York, just so you know.
Yep. So they take him to the Southern District Court. The question becomes, what Southern District Court judge in New York is going to have these charges stick? There's a huge potential because there's a lot of politicians here and a lot of judges here that have already wrote in their angst and saying that this is absolutely wrong. That's number one. And number two, what does it do to our international image? Because now the world sees us for what we really are. For the longest time, Cowboy, we've been all about the rules-based order. The rules-based order. And now we see that the rules-based order doesn't follow any rules but whatever rules it makes up on a whim. The mask is off. It is completely off. Like, fear and intimidation is not a successful foreign policy. It doesn't work out well. And it ages very quickly. And it's a major sign of a dying empire. It is a late stage, end time empire. Very late stage. And other great powers will look upon us and be like, okay, these are people that you cannot count on. You cannot rely upon them to do business. Trump's telling the Chinese, oh, yeah, we'll let the Chinese buy the oil. We'll have some of the best companies. They'll go there. Companies you've never even seen. Companies like you've never even noticed. It's going to be incredible. And we'll let them buy the oil. Okay. Do you think China really takes anything the United States says at face value? Or Russia, for that matter? No, absolutely not. Who can trust us? That's number one. Number two, not only does this end the rules-based order, the mask is off and the world sees it for what it is, but number two, any country, and I don't see, Cowboy, I don't know if you saw this or not, but on X there was the Ayatollah, okay, of Iran, and he was tweeting out, oh, we have to be, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was tweeting out saying, oh, we need to take the high road. We need to take the high road, Cowboy. We have to be good and follow what God wants us to do, and so on and so forth, right? And
keep it classy.
Huh?
Keep it classy.
Yeah, keep it classy. Do you know what the responses were to the Ayatollah tweeting that from all over the world? The response was like, please shut up and build a bomb already. The response was, please shut up and build a bomb. The taking of the high road is over. Hurry up and get nukes. Get yourself a nuke already. And this is the message. Donald Trump has single-handedly he's going to increase the proliferation of nuclear weapons all throughout the world. I mean, he got us out of the START treaty with the Russians, right? And now it's like a new arms race is brewing. But now he's, you see what's happening. Nobody's messing with North Korea. Now the Iranians realize, okay, we need to cut this short. We need to go after all these NGOs. We need to get them all purged and out of our country. We need to get these assholes executed, and we need to get nukes. Because that's the only way you're going to keep Uncle Schmuck from coming down knocking your door. And Cowboy, does this also set the precedent that the Russians could now go into Kiev and grab Zelensky in the middle of the night?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it sets that and other similar. I think there's a lot of precedent being set around the world by different groups in that same sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taiwan, which the Chinese really, in my opinion, don't. I mean, there's different opinions on this. Our friend over in Beijing seems to think that what I'm about to say is not quite true, but my understanding is, Taiwan's China. We know it is. That's even the way that America is officially supposed to recognize it. I don't think they're going to have to go in and conquer Taiwan. I think they just change some laws and got it pretty well done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But I might be wrong about that. That's just, other people's email and such.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, it's like we have wrecked our international standing even further. And these are desperate measures. And, how this is going to play out is going to be anyone's guess at this point. And you're looking at everyone from Europe to everywhere. Like, who would want to do business with us? This is like insanity. And here's the article from Zero Hedge. That didn't take long. At the moment of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, the sweetness, the ripened plantain named Maduro. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, a Maduro is a ripened plantain. It's a sweet plantain. He's a sweet plantain. The ripened plantain Maduro and his wife Flores are set to appear before a New York federal judge on various drug trafficking and gun running related charges. Unbelievable. His VP and now apparently interim president Delcy Rodriguez is offering a huge olive branch. This is surprising given the United States was offered by Maduro 51% share of the oil profits. 51%, Cowboy. Did you know that?
Controlling interest, or is it
Yeah.
just the profits?
No, 51%. But
Oh,
that's not enough, right? That's
well,
not enough. We
yeah.
want complete control of the entire country and its resources. Like what Trump said, it's our oil. Like, who does that? It's our oil? It's unbelievable,
Yeah,
man.
he's trying to justify it, saying that we had licensure to it and it was taken from us. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. Whatever the insanity is, right? This is surprising, given the staunchly socialist pro-Maduro number 2 under the ousted president is herself under immense pressure from Washington and still facing down the barrel of Uncle Schmuck's gun. Or rather, the collective might of the Pentagon's persisting U.S. naval blockades just off Latin America's coast. She quickly expressed her willingness to cooperate with the United States on the future of Venezuela, with a significant shift in tone following Maduro Friday into Saturday morning shock abduction by U.S. Special Forces. We considered a priority to move towards a balanced and respectful relationship between the United States and Venezuela, Rodriguez wrote on Telegram. And more than that, her following words convey willingness of Caracas to bend the knee. We extend an invitation to the U.S. government to work together on cooperation agenda aimed at a shared development within the framework of international law. Within the framework of international law. What, is that a joke? And to strengthen lasting community coexistence. Yo, this girl is crazy. It's like you're it's like getting into bed with Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, that's what she's doing right now. The emphasis on cooperation agenda is something that Maduro himself has desperately offered Trump, reportedly over the last several weeks, but this appeared too little too late for the U.S. admin's perspective. Rodriguez is watching from Caracas as Maduro gets hauled out in front of media cameras. Nicolas Maduro, the ousted president, and his wife are expected to appear at noon on Monday in federal court in Manhattan to face charges of drug trafficking and other crimes 2 days after they were captured in the U.S. military raid in Caracas. Mr. Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were escorted off a helicopter in downtown Manhattan on Monday, and they were being brought to the courthouse to face charges including narco-terrorism, conspiracy, narco-terrorism. Folks, the cocoa plant doesn't grow well in Venezuela. That's a fact. Okay? Clown world. Mr. Maduro and his wife, courthouse face charges of narco-terrorism, conspiracy to import cocaine, according to an unsealed indictment. And this capture on Sunday followed a months-long campaign by the Trump administration to drive out the autocratic leader, and he has arrived at the New York courthouse at this point, having been transported by armored vehicle after spending the night in a Brooklyn jail. So this is quite interesting if it's true, right? If it is true, if she did this, God only knows. But this is very, very, very interesting. Cowboy, your thoughts on this latest statements?
I'm just gonna hang back because again, I'll take it back to the Southern District. They've got them in, they have them in a system that it's not just a rules-based order making up rules as they go. They put it in a court that can make up its history and transcripts as it goes as well. Now they're going to tell you that the Southern District it's just there to change like a comma or, like they're trying to make it sound like it's, a useful thing to do because the stenographer, had one too many coffees and her finger hit the wrong button. But the reality is probably far, far worse than that. So, I don't know. It's very, I can tell you what, it's very mafia. It's very, it's very much, hey, make a deal or, sign the paper or it's going to be your brain splattered on the paper. It's one of those kind of things. As far as the oil itself down there, we talked about this. You mentioned it in your rant. The oil is useful for like shipping, basically. Very difficult to work with. You actually have to mix it with light sweet in order to get it anywhere. So I think this is all just a way to, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of repeating what you said on the rant, but it's just a reminder the way things work now. And this is something that, guys like Tom Luongo covers. I know everybody's got things to say about Tom, but we work on, it's all fake. It's all finance. And in order to interest other countries into buying your debt, you have to be able to say, oh, well, we own assets. So we're just going to go ahead and take over the largest oil reserve in the world, even though it's maybe not that great of a product. But we can just take over that area and effectively collateralize it to keep the paper game going a little bit longer. I think that's in the end what it's going to be about. As things develop, I'll have a stronger opinion, but I'm going to keep it at that 30,000 foot. Like, this is just about keeping the game going. And by the way, the last thing is, we knew that some form of this was coming like more than a year ago, because we talked about it in Algo Factory when you heard it, from on high. So I cease to be emotional or upset about any of this, not because I'm inhuman, but just because nothing surprises me anymore. And we kind of knew something at least like this was coming. So that's what I got to say.
Hot on the heels of that, we have Customs and Deportation Barbie, aka Christy Nome, and Customs and Deportation Barbie over here. That's something, a gift, a new gift for you Americans who are talking about, migrants and having deportations and all this other stuff. There's a gift. She is encouraging every Venezuelan right now to apply for what, CJ? I mean, Cowboy. Apply for what?
Oh, yeah, that's how funny is this, right? Go ahead, V. Go ahead. It's asylum, essentially.
Well, Venezuela today is more free than it was yesterday, and it's going to continue to be that.
I love these fucking boomer fantasy words. Free.
Right.
Democracy.
Yeah.
Oh,
good God.
So good.
Way, as long as President Trump is in the White House and is making sure that he's protecting the interests of the American people, because that
she's got some pretty good work done. I will give it to Christina.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
It's not bad on the eyes, bro. It's not bad on the eyes.
Yeah. Wait till the camera's filters are off and
the makeup comes off. That's another thing.
I mean, hey, at 2 a.m. in the club with the right lighting, or as Joaquin Flores would say, either the right lighting or the wrong lighting, depending on your how it ends up.
Will continue to bring that kind of liberty to Venezuela as well. These programs, we're bringing integrity back to them. The decisions are made in conjunction with the State Department, with the White House, and then we at the Homeland Security implement them and make sure that they are followed through. So every individual that was under TPS has the opportunity to apply for refugee status, and that evaluation will go forward. But we need to make sure that our programs actually mean something and that we're following the law. And that's how that decision with TPS was made.
The law. Yeah. So now we're going to have more refugees coming in, which is what they always wanted to do. This has always been like it's always been two-card Monty, folks. We've always been getting played with two-card Monty. Both the Demon Rats and the Republicans, their mission is to screw you over. You, as the average American. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I'll tell you right now, I can't even begin to, people like, oh, look, there's so many people celebrating Venezuela. Really? Okay, well, let's take a little view on the ground. And I love how they were playing like videos from like a 2018 soccer victory and saying, oh, look, Venezuelans are so happy that Maduro is gone. Are they really? Venezuela is going to be fractionalized, right? If anything, you're looking at a possibility of Venezuela turning of civil war. You're going to go extract oil in the midst of a civil war? It doesn't work out too well, buddy. Doesn't work out too well. There you go.
We're in downtown Caracas. A huge march stretched through the city today, full of people who support Nicolas Maduro, who support the government, but also many people who don't, who never supported Nicolas Maduro. But what unites all of them is that what happened they find unacceptable. They simply cannot accept that America came. They bombed Caracas, their capital. They kidnapped Nicolas Maduro, and they thought that they could dominate Venezuela. What people here want to show is that they remain unbroken, that bombs and guns and jets won't break them, and that if the United States returns with the threatened military operation, that these people, they will resist, that the women, the men, even the children, they say, will continue to resist, and they won't give up their homeland, they won't give up their minerals, their oil to Donald Trump.
There you go. And there's more like that, Cowboy.
Oh
There's
yeah,
more like that.
it's just nonstop.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's like this country was in the impoverished state that it's in because of the blockades, because of the embargoes, because of the sanctions. They were impoverished, and they were in like that. I mean, I remember when Chavez died under mysterious circumstances during the time when all of a sudden, like, also many leaders throughout Central and South America were coming down with mysterious cancers and dropping dead, and Chavez being one of them. Maduro takes over, and he was the head of the bus drivers union, a community organizer, somebody who knows how to organize stuff. He's not an idiot. Then you had like two and a half years, I think it was, of like outright riots, right? Outright bedlam and disorder, and it was a crazy time. Maduro came in, he stabilized that, and then dealing with the embargoes, the sanctions from the United States, where they couldn't get nothing in, and then figuring out, hey, let's partner with China, and they've partnered with China, and their economy was growing at an 8% rate per year. All the while, Western media was telling you that they're eating zoo animals and all this other stuff, which is a lie. They're so hungry they're resorting to cannibalism, which is a lie. And with that 8% growth per year, and then what happens? It's like their poverty was starting to go down. It was starting to go down about 30 some odd percent, down to 30%, and it was about to slip below 20 for this year. Into the 20s. Excuse me. And now this has occurred. There's nothing good going to come out of this because there's many people that are Chavistas and that are, part of the whole Bolivarian revolution that they will not kowtow and they will not bow down to Delcy Rodriguez. If the United States thinks that it can just, bully Delcy Rodriguez in, and that she and her and maybe a couple of compatriots close to her, out of fear, capitulates to the demands of the United States, and then that's it. Everything's hunky-dory. It's going to be a cakewalk. There's another thing coming to them. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a serious problem. And that's the scenario that are we ready for that? Are we ready for body bags to come back? Like the political and geostrategic blowback, Cowboy, it's coming. It might not be here this week, might not be here next month, might not be here towards the end of the year, but it's coming. At some point, and every single time it happens, at some point, okay, there's blowback.
Oh yeah, we don't exist in a vacuum. Like, guarantee you. It's so far up the chain that what's it going to look like? How's it going to go? You're talking about infinite permutations, but something will be done. And whenever somebody decides to do it, it's probably not going to be something we can even, predict, or we might not even see it. It might not happen at levels that just make us poorer, or not us, but most people anyway.
Yeah. And there was oh my God, here's a clip. I'm going to show you guys a clip from a movie. It was a documentary from 2009. And this kind of spells it out for you. I'm going to share it. Here, listen carefully. This is Isaac Herzog in charge of anti-Semitic affairs. Yeah, anti-Semitic. You all know where this is going. Here we go. This is from 2009.
I am I wanted to ask you, since we met last, about the issue of Venezuela, because
I want to ask you about Israel, Venezuela.
I heard voices kind of saying it's not so bad, and Latin America is not so bad, but
The most important thing is if somebody's antiseptic in the world. Is anybody, if you're an antiseptic country, if you say anything about, I love how they conflate. These guys are masters of NLP for the low IQ. Masters of neurolinguistic programming and neurolinguistic language. How they're able to conflate Zionism and Judaism and get away with it is incredible. How they're able to conflate these Talmudistic Jews and Torah-based Jews is incredible, and get away with it. And they all fall under the umbrella of antisepticism, right? Antiseptics.
Antiseptics.
Exactly.
Yeah, what do you think, Ching Chong?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. And the
You
question
have
is,
good reason not to be convinced. Good reason. It is getting worse.
right?
And
So this is one Zionist to another Zionist who's very uncomfortable that people are starting to notice in Central and Latin America that these carpetbaggers are able to come into key industries, key positions in media, key positions in academia, and absolutely subvert their countries.
little by little, as long as oil money works.
I'm told that by our experts, it's the only, except for Iran, it's the only government propagated anti-Semitism today around the world. It's a rare.
Formally.
The fact these assholes sit around and they got the balls to do this in front of a camera is incredible. Incredible, man.
This is quite
First within
scary.
the country and then outside.
So are you pressing in any way?
We've talked to Jesse Jackson, who has a relationship, but
What the? Can somebody tell me what Jesse Jackson's going to do in Central and South America when it comes to being antiseptic?
Dude, I mean, getting high on your own supply does have its consequences, doesn't it?
Oh my God, these people are dumb.
it's not for camera, but there are other plans.
It's not for camera, but there are other plans. I wonder what he's referring to, Cowboy.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
We'll talk about it in a minute. There you go. I wonder what those other plans were. I wonder. Inquiring minds want to know.
I can tell you that. I mean, we've talked about this before. There are like Torah-based Jewish people, whatever you. I know we're supposed to say the Jews, and then like our YouTube channel gets like shut off or something. But guys come knocking on my door, my lawyer calls. But that we've seen them, like rabbis, saying we don't need a state. We have a law. We have a law. It's called the Torah. Like, and you know, I think people need to take a look at the Talmud and some things that are in it that are very concerning. Among them, when you are a goyim, you're equal with an animal, and to be treated as such. You know, so I'm not sure how you have a group of people who have this in their scripture, and yet all of these people, like throughout, you know, the United States, these Congress people who, you know, state senators and so on, and the Congress people who are, you know, doing their bidding, do they understand that they're beasts of burden and treated as such?
Yeah.
Do you know that you're being that their doctrine, now not the Torah based Jews, you know, those maybe not so much, but the Zionists, the Talmudic types, that you understand that you are now cattle and being treated as such, beast of burden to pull the cart? No, I don't think people get it. I don't think anybody knows what the hell is going on in that regard, and in many regards. Just you know, that's where I'll leave it.
It's incredible. Have you seen Lindsey Graham lately?
You know what?
He was
going to a
orgasming.
truck stop recently.
He did, right?
Yeah.
I think he called off the other day when he heard that Maduro got caught. His usual lot lizard activities were curbed.
A little foot tapping in the airport.
He had to curb his lot lizard activities because he was absolutely orgasmic. Orgasmic. Let me bring up Lindsay Tickle My Butt Graham and his absolute elation. He was in ecstasy. He could not believe what was occurring, and he was just my God, just incredible. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, oh, here you go. Perfect.
Yeah, one of the things that is happening, I think you see it all the time. Howard, you've seen it.
He's containing his orgasm. You see him hopping up and down?
And Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Oh, yeah, Cuba's ready to fall. We're going to look at him.
Cuba looks like it's
he just came right now.
But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy.
Yes.
Marco Rubio.
Oh, Lindsay's so happy. So happy.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like that time when Trump launched those missiles on that Syrian airport, however, in 2017, and all the guys in the news looked like they had just finished in their pants. Oh, look at these missiles, are so beautiful. These people are like, dude, they love violence. And especially when they don't have to be the ones to commit it. Do you think Lindsey Graham ever in his life could have taken a firearm into the field and defended anybody? I don't know that Lindsey Graham could have done more than a push-up, except to get up off the ground after he was done, at the truck stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always those guys. It's always these guys that could never fight, that want to go to war, right? That want to send young men to die for their pocketbooks. You don't see Jesse Ventura wanting to do that. And that's a dude that fought. His whole thing was, let's not do that. But hey, you know what? We could opine about that all day long. We know what the problem is. We don't have to belay that, or we don't have to belabor that, do we?
No, not at all. And this is where it is now. You have all sorts of talks about, America's going to build a smelter for $1 trillion worth of. I don't know where these people are coming up with these numbers, man. I swear to God, Scott's. This is people are just coming out with all sorts of shit. It's unbelievable. There's one over here saying, breaking: the United States seizes Venezuela's $1 trillion in precious metals.
Well, yeah, it's a one billion. Just get make some
less than 24 hours after the invasion of Venezuela, the U.S. government quietly secured a massive smelter deal. Oh, they're gonna have a smelter. It's gonna cost them $8 billion, and the financier J.P. Morgan. Now let's connect the dots. So yeah, J.P. Morgan underwater in massive physical silver short position. They'll print the fuck. J.P. Morgan banks the U.S. government. I'm gonna let this thing. I'm gonna kill these guys who are talking about all this stuff, right? J.P. Morgan banks the U.S. government. If they bank the U.S. government and they bank the Fed, they're not worried about silver shorts. They'll just print more money. I thought we were at the breaking point when we hit 42, but when we saw it break 42 and go to $84, I was like, man, whatever they did, they're off the hook. So if JP Morgan didn't fall at 42 on shorts, they're not falling at 4,200 on shorts. If silver goes to 4,200 an ounce, it doesn't matter anymore. Venezuela sits on the Arco Minero, trillions in unmined gold and silver. Okay, folks, Venezuela has a verified silver supply of 420 metric tons, or 480 metric tons. Okay. 480 metric tons of silver. That is the latest count as of 2020. Okay, where are they getting this 1 trillion from? I mean, they're literally again, these are bullshit numbers. Either this is complete disinformation, which I think it is, that somebody's just circle jerking each other with different types of information. Like J.P. Morgan sent their silver trading metals trading desk to Singapore. No, they didn't. My base of operations is Singapore. I can confidently tell you, no, they didn't. That's a stupid internet rumor, but people are running with it. This is going to watch. This is going to be the next thing. Watch the talking heads out there. This is going to be the next thing. Oh, they're going to be talking about a smelter deal. We got a smelter deal for $1 trillion of Venezuela's metals. $1 trillion. People don't know. It's like JP Morgan. Do you realize that in 2019, JP Morgan was fined? They were fined and got in trouble by the Singaporean government in 2019 for spoofing metal trades. And their trading office. You know how many people were in their trading office? I know where their fucking trading office is. I'm very familiar with it. It's in a building. Okay, it's in I forgot what it's called. It's called the Siam Center or something like that, right?
Okay.
You know how many people were in that is in a trading group? 12. Now, I've been to 270 Park Avenue. They just built a $5 billion skyscraper in Manhattan.
Well, it's beautiful too. Should we bring up the video of that?
Yeah. It's the most gorgeous building in New York. I'll pull it up.
JP Morgan.
Hey, go ahead, Cowboy. If you want, just type in JP Morgan new skyscraper.
All right, let's see if we can link us up here. Oh man, yeah, gorgeous building. Give me a moment to move things around.
And their old headquarters at 270 Park Avenue, which I was a frequent guest of, a frequent visitor, because I had some business to discuss over there and some other things that I can't mention over here. But I was there. And I'm very familiar with their trading. When I was at the meeting, when I was in one of their offices talking to one of their execs, right across from where my eyeballs could see is their bloody trading desk. And there's about like 500 guys in there. Why the fuck would they? Again, a stupid internet rumor.
But that's as tall as that one condo building over by the park.
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Look at the thing, man. It's a monster.
It's gorgeous.
It's a monster.
That's huge. Yeah. How much was it? Was this building?
$5 billion.
Like $5 billion. Well, you know.
Yeah, and the most advanced trading floor on God's green earth. The trading floor right there. They're so connected to the high speed fiber optics. Literally plugged into it. It's much faster than it's a better setup than in Singapore. In Singapore, they're sharing an office space with a whole bunch of other companies. Like, I'll show you the Singapore building.
Oh man, look at that trading floor. Fucking gorgeous, dude. I mean, when I see that trading floor, I look like Lindsey Graham on the airplane when they talk about Cuba.
Yeah.
Makes you want to move to the city.
Dude, it's New York City's nice, bro.
Oh, I love it. I've been there 3 times.
Best food in the world. I swear to God.
Yeah, gorgeous, man. What are you gonna do?
I'll tell you right now.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. Yeah, it's in the Changi Business Center. That's right. Not Siam.
Oh, you're gonna bring up the other one?
Yeah, I wanna bite this, man. This thing's everybody's running with this, and I need the only guy who fucking does this for a living needs to put an end to this bullshit.
So this is what you and I swear, like I don't want to name names, and but with few exception, I think like here on Rogue, we're the only people offering anything real in the space.
100%, man.
Everything else is just like it's getting out there. It's getting to QAnon levels.
No, it really is. It's like, critical thinking has literally, gone out the window. And I found it.
I want to say you and I mean, Velas and everybody else.
No, you're talking about the entire Rogue team.
Yeah, Rogue. Yeah,
yeah, exactly, dude.
I just come in and say stupid, funny stuff. If Velas actually brings content.
No, you bring content too, bro.
Well, I bring content in a different. I do the charting thing.
Yeah, you're also the comic relief.
True.
Watch this. I'm gonna show you. I gotta put an end to this because the next thing they're gonna buy the smelter thing. Watch. January 5th, 2026. V said the next hoax that's gonna be circulating is is gonna be the smelter deal with Venezuela. Watch. That's gonna be the next thing, and I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna be bullshit too. Oh my God.
So I don't know who it was. Somebody claimed that they're building a silver refinery in like Pennsylvania or something too. That's another one.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. I'm sure it's gonna.
Who knows?
All right. So this is where they're located, bro. Okay. I'm not gonna put music on. There, right there. You see that building?
That's
That's
a nice
fair
building, but it's not a $5 billion building.
No.
So you see, I mean, you see that's like in Orange County.
Yeah,
California.
exactly.
You see it in Irvine, not quite as much.
Right. And then they have their other main office, which is in another tower. But this is where the trading thing is. And then their main office, I'll find that for you as well. But it's not the $5 billion skyscraper, bro. Right? It's not a $5 billion with I think they're gonna expand it. I mean, under the old headquarters, they had like 300 to 500 traders. The new one probably even more. So now they're like a silver smelter deal. So let's get into that. Coincidence? That's right. That wasn't a drug bust. It was a hostile takeover of a sovereign nation's resources. They built the smelter facility. They even invaded. They knew. Because the United States remember, guys, the United States is always, even though this country cannot fucking fill a pothole, can't build shit, okay? Don't have any sort of rotting infrastructure, and we're collapsing from within, but somehow we have geniuses that run this country that are playing 4D chess. And they have a 20-year outlook, a 100-year outlook. Somehow.
I don't know, man. There comes a time when whatever we had going on is wearing off, but you have to continue the grift. Much like some people we have not had on. The individual I'm thinking of, we haven't had on in a very long time. But there's an individual who was selling the grift, and whether or not he believes in it, that's what he has left to sell, because that's what his clients are all buying. So when you're stuck selling the grift, then flipping over to the truth is going to cost you, because first of all, your reputation sucks because you've been selling the grift for how many years? Secondly, you're going to lose all your customers. This is the United States, like a bigger version of that at this point. Now, mind you, there is a lot we have yet to sell that's real. I'm not saying we're completely 100% a grift. I think that with the right leadership and a lot of people getting handcuffs and heads on pikes, etc., we could be just fine. We have a lot of resources. We're not 100% a grift, but what's going on is very, very grifty. And it just seems like the only way out of it's going to involve a ton of pain. And it doesn't seem like the people running things are ready for that pain. And it's just going to cost us as people and us as a nation until they get the balls to go ahead and right the ship.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But people want to take the short-term pain.
No, nobody wants this. So the whole thing is about kicking the can and keep blowing the bubbles, man. That's what this whole entire thing comes to.
We think in 2 and 4 year increments, unlike other countries that think in 50-year increments or 100-year increments. Just we don't want to lay a foundation like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy.
What's his citizenship?
Yeah, no, he's definitely,
Yep. But don't worry, man. Everything's gonna work out. There's 4D chess. We got General Fried Chicken. He's in charge. What's his name? Raising Cane. General Fried Chicken.
Are you talking about Eye Patch McCain?
No. Raising Cane. That's the new Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Raising Cane. Who is he? What's his real name?
Some guy named David Kane. And Trump calls him Raising Cane. The military calls him Raising Cane.
Really?
I call him Mr. General Fried Chicken.
All right.
So General Fried Chicken, he's in charge. I'm sure everything's gonna work out well. We got great strategists. We got it all planned out, and we have incredible teams that can build infrastructure like you would not believe, bro. It's unbelievable, and we're running Venezuela.
Yeah,
we're running Venezuela. This is
with the Colonel 5 strip over there.
Yeah. This is are you sick of all the winning? I'm sick of it, bro. It hasn't even been a year yet. I'm pretty sick of all the winning.
It's been a year yet. It hasn't been a few days yet. In 2026 is nothing but wins, man.
Yeah. How'd you like about the right before Maduro was canceled? Captured. You had some Trump-related account on Polymarket put a $30,000 or $1,000 bet or $30,000 bet or something like that.
Made like $400,000.
Yeah, $1,000 bet and made back $400,000.
I didn't know it was Trump related.
It is. Yes.
I'm not surprised. I mean, look, the guy made a shit coin, and that's like a huge part of his net worth, if not most of it. So, 400,000. I mean, that's nothing. It can't be Trump. If it was Trump, it'd be like a lot more. I mean, Trump related is probably one of his guys or something.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
I know.
Anyway,
Guys building trading bots for Polymarket right now.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. In Venezuela, they got their goal just gone. Everything's gone, and what's left? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like you said, that's a big country with a lot of people. I think a true invasion wouldn't go so well. We had a bunch of guys in black pajamas, flip flops, and AKs kick our ass in Afghanistan. This is a different group with very different territory. I don't think a true full invasion is going to go well. I think there could be a lot of destruction. There could be, bombing pipelines and just, that kind of thing to ruin their economy, which has been going on for decades now. So, who knows? I don't know. I mean, you don't need to do all that when you can somehow, first of all, why do you think the military would stand down if that was the case to, so that we could go in there and get Maduro? Because I saw a video of, a byroader in the building. I mean, like one man pad to take that out. It was definitely a stand down.
Absolutely.
I mean, very likely. Like, why would they do that? Why would their military just stand down like that?
Yeah. I'm not, they're paid off. There are portions that were paid off. And even if they were, at the end of the day, you still have a population. You have a country that's going to disintegrate. You're going to have you have a power vacuum, which is always a contested space. And, how these things will play out is not going to play out well. We're not we suck at regime change. We suck at nation building. So, Wall Street's going to make its profits. They're going to say mission accomplished, and they're going to leave like they leave everything else all around the world, destroyed, debilitated, and destabilized. That's what they're going to do. Destroyed, dilapidated, and destabilized. That's how they're going to leave Venezuela. Unless of course something occurs right now where if they try to land troops or whatnot, then there's a resistance. And I think there's a great deal of resistance, man. Irrespective of what Delcy Rodriguez thinks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. It's unbelievable. We're on the wrong side of history, and this is not how you conduct business. It really isn't.
Well, we're going to do to Venezuela militarily, or at least try to do what City, London, and Tel Aviv are trying to do to us economically.
Agreed.
And either you can lay down and take it or not. I know Venezuela is not going to lay down and take it militarily forever. Especially on a true ground invasion. I don't think we could do anything to them. I think there's like 1 million people there ready to fight, aren't there?
1.5 million FARC rebels, as well as ELA rebels that are waiting for U.S. troops to touch down. Then it's going to be open season on U.S. servicemen, U.S. politicians that visit the area, diplomats, embassy members, oil company execs, oil company workers, kidnappings. Hey, man, season 2 Narcos, man. That's what's going to be. Season 2 of Narcos.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very wise move. If you and I know this,
the U.S. is brilliant at getting into shit. It just doesn't know how to get it out of the shit that it puts itself in.
Well, I mean, the same could be said for a 3-year-old.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah. But we could vote our way out of this, can't we?
Well, we could. All we have to do, is go to the polls and put an end to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is this. Trump has destroyed conservatism, real conservatism, not these fucking neocon bullshit. He's going to increase nuclear proliferation. He's destroyed the whole rules-based order, and international law has no meaning whatsoever. No meaning. The United States does not care about international law at all. And these are all scary predicaments. All scary predicaments. Unbelievable. It's embarrassing, and I'm absolutely mortified for the government, for this country. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's a question of what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm going to vote.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Blue wave incoming.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
The base and create division within the MAGA crowd. He's done that.
he did it by himself. I
Yeah.
mean, he's his lack of follow through on his promises. I was talking to a buddy of mine on the phone, and he's like, "Yeah, well, he did all this stuff for crypto." I'm like, "Who fucking cares about crypto? Like, that's all he's done." And that's just, he made billions all in his shitcoin and has done a bunch of stuff for crypto. Like, okay, fine. If you can set that aside, because it really doesn't matter in geopolitics. I mean, some would argue that it does. Okay, fine. But the point here is that no arrests, no mass deportations, none of the stuff that he promised. None of it. Like, okay, they worked a little bit with what's his name? Make America healthy again. There's a little bit of Maha stuff that went on, and that's
well.
fine.
At least we got some food coloring out.
Yeah, food coloring. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, got food coloring out, and we're not recommending the a certain jab at when the kids are born or whatever. That's like, okay, that's chicken feed. Like, do something real, and if not, don't be surprised when the Democrats just take like the entire country in the midterm in the next election.
Yeah.
They're going to take it in the midterm, and then you think, oh, I'll just do it after the midterms. Oh, okay. As soon as the Democrats hold both houses in the Congress, you won't be doing nothing.
No.
The Supreme Court's already starting to go against Trump as well. So good luck with that. That's when you see the Supreme Court starting to lean in a particular direction consistently, you're going to tell where the power is. And Trump had control. And this has been said by a lot of people. And this is obvious, but Trump had Republicans ran the House. They ran the Senate. Obviously, the Supreme Court's been making very conservative choices. We have all the branches. We had everything. We could have just done everything. And when the Democrats got into power, they just shifted into gear and started doing everything. Open up the borders, arrest people, go after people. They came in like the Stasi. And then we get it all, we're going to, oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it when we can. It's going to be great. We got to do this. You pussyfooting. Just go do something. They already call you Hitler. You might as well just lean into it rather than not. You know what I mean? Like,
correct.
So what are you afraid of? Well, don't be a pussy. Do what you said you were going to do. So that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't be a pussy. That should be the next like Republican logo. Stop being a pussy.
Yeah,
it'll play well.
Absolutely. Here's the other thing that's kind of weird, right? And I can't make heads or tails out of this. This is interesting, and make it as you will. And
is it like a new gender that you're curious about, or?
Well, no, I'm always curious about new genders. But look at this.
AI photos, cool.
How many outfit changes has this guy had in like 17 hours?
No, I mean AI can switch your outfits up. Like, I mean, you saw the thumbnail. That's a lot of that's AI.
Yeah, that's right. That's a lot of outfit changes, bro. This guy's very fashionable. Nicholas the Sweetness, the bus driver Maduro, very fashionable.
When you were driving buses for so many years, you want to live it big once you get out of that, and start having your own personal tailor following you around. Those outfits are probably sewn up like right before he put them on too. They're not like they got them on Amazon. Yeah. But, Amazon will actually deliver in-flight clothes. So if you're on a Globemaster flying into LaGuardia, Amazon actually will like a refuel plane, like an executive order. They'll fly up and attach and drop your clothes right through there as long as you're a dignitary. That's realistic. And Barron has the time machine, and JFK Jr. is still alive too.
Yeah. Well, I think you have the theory that Nicholas Maduro is JFK Jr. It's just
that's right. No, he is. He's JFK Jr. And he has had the nuclear codes, and he never was in Venezuela. He actually was in, we're in Colorado Springs. What's that mountain? What's it called? Cheyenne Mountain.
Cheyenne Mountain. Yeah.
Cheyenne Mountain. He was in Cheyenne Mountain. He had the nuclear codes. And Trump was the president all throughout that time, but he was operating from, he was the real president.
Was he working with the crash helmets? I mean, the white hats?
Well, I mean, that's JFK Jr., that's where that all came from. That was all, the crash helmets were right.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, no, it's all going to be good. And Barron Trump knows it because of his time machine.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. All I know is we're in good hands, man. Everything's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm cozy, man. I'm cozy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Biden was Trump in a mask. We have Region 9. It's a good one.
Absolutely. Anyway, with that being said, folks, interesting times that we're living in. Keep it locked and loaded to the only news shows that only news site that makes sense right here on Rogue. You know, we don't trust any plan. The only plan is trust yourself, trust God, and have a plan, and don't sit in hope because hope is not a strategy. That's what I gotta say. Cowboy, any last words?
No, sir.
And with that being said, we're over and out. Take it away, my good man.
Yes, sir.